Welcome back. This is Rancho del Lago 2021, and I'm CheryLynn. Today we're going to cover some interesting and horrific things about building in Mexico. If you choose to do it, let me warn you, it is a very bumpy ride. I'm going to show you some pictures and tell you my story. So hold on, here we go. This is how Rancho del Lago looks now. Painted white recently, not too bad. But what you can't see are the close-up things. The things that we have been working on for the last 3.5 years that weren't done or were done incorrectly or were done abominably bad. The property we found was great. Beautiful piece, great view of the lake. And they started clearing it right away and digging for the foundation. What I did not know at the time was that the builder did not have an engineer. He only pretended to, and the foundation was done all wrong. So from there, everything up went bad. Construction here in Mexico is vastly different than in the United States, where I was very familiar with building. But the style is completely different. So everything I thought I knew and was pointing out, they gave me an excuse for. When the house started sinking in one corner because the foundation was wrong, you can see all of the things that they had to do, gouging into the house to put in more rebar. That was a roof they did incorrectly over the mirador. They had to completely rebuild the front stairs. And look at all the patches, even after all that was done, from the continued cracking. I love my home here and I love the property and I'm not going anywhere. And I think it looks pretty good in spite of the awful job that the contractor did and then abandoned us and ran away with a good chunk of money. At least we were left with a house to live in. Many other people he cheated didn't even get a slab. The story is long and depressing, and there's so many details I'm not sharing with you today, only because there's really no need to revisit all of it. But I can tell you I continue to have problems. I do have a much better contractor now that helps me as problems arise, but I could literally be 90 years old before we get to all of the things that need to be done and need to be finished and need to be fixed. But this is Mexico. The sad part is, unlike in the United States, there's nothing that you can really do. I went to 2 different attorneys and tried to sue the contractor, but even just the act of serving someone here is so difficult that it could take years, it could take a decade for you to get anything done, if you can even get it started. I couldn't even get him served because he runs back and forth between Mexico and California, and nobody ever knows when he's coming and when he's going. Here, in order to serve papers, you have to know where someone is at least 2 weeks in advance, so that like 4 people, including a couple of witnesses, a court person, your attorney, have to all go together and serve this person at one time. So they have to know in advance where this person is so they can all coordinate their schedules and do it. In the United States, you go and you pay for a serving to be done, and a sheriff goes out there, knocks on a door, and serves a paper. It is so different. And here, sad to say, but there is a lot of corruption in the courts. So if you are facing a family that's well connected, you may as well just kiss it goodbye. Anyway, we have gone on from there, and I am enjoying my house as much as I can. and moving on to all of the other things that we want to do here at Rancho del Lago. Part of those things have to do with solar and the energy storage, and part of it has to do with perhaps a future well and the different animals that we're raising and the husbandry that goes along with it. Plus, I do paint and I do write. So my life is very full, and I've decided to just give over all the frustration and not live with it. We do little repairs and new things, and I'm finding 3 of my metal doors, the handles are all coming off now, so I have to have someone come and fix those. And it wasn't but a week or so ago we had gas leaks, and I had to have someone come out and completely run a whole new gas line. Even though the house is only 3.5 years old, the original contractor and his subcontractors did not use the correct materials, and they corroded and all the gas was leaking out. So if you have questions, if you have comments, please feel free to put them in comments. I will answer what I can, but I can only say to you, be cautious. And even when you're buying an already built home, you have no idea what went into that home before you got to it. So owning a home here, whether you build it or you buy it already existing, is a difficult thing. One last thing to mention while we are on this topic of real estate and construction is that if you decide you would like to come to this area and look for something, I highly recommend the use of a professional real estate agent. It's only been a short time ago that the government started to impose any kind of regulations for training and licensing on real estate agents, but now there is accountability. And I do know several people in that profession would be happy to share a list of names with you. So just put it in comments, and I will, along with your email address, and I will send you an email of that list. In closing, I would love to share this little tip with you. If you decide to move to a place like Mexico, or any other country actually, my highest recommendation to you is right now, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, downsize, get rid of stuff, pay off who you owe and become debt-free, be able to walk away with not much more than you can carry or fit in your vehicle. Start new, start fresh, and your life will be so much easier. So have a great day. Blessings and adios.